Hello, everyone, and welcome. Welcome to another podcast. Let us agree to disagree. Politics and religion. We're going to get into it today. Politics and religion. I know that there are people who say, I'm tired of this. I'm getting sick and tired of hearing all of this all the time, and nobody is really going to ever do anything, and there's nothing ever going to happen. And I'm talking like this because I'm not willing to really do anything myself to try to do something. Or we have the ones that's sitting on the sideline talking about, we're not doing that over here. So before we begin, and we're going to get into this, I want y'all to hear this and listen to this.
To come to the reality that nobody is coming to save us. No one is coming to save us. Out of all the business revenue in America, only 1% goes to black businesses. But then there's an accountability from us, because we have a $1.8 trillion buying power, and only 2% of that we circulate in our own communities. So we can't complain. We know what it is. It's time to change the tone. We have to unify our dollars, else nothing will change. We have to weaponize the almighty black dollar to save us, because we can't have these festivals and conventions, but then we leave here and we don't understand the power of our $1.8 trillion spending power, that we only give 2% to ourselves. So I'm here to speak from love. I'm love. Self-love is making sure that you take care of yourself, your family, and your people first. And you can't wait for nobody to come save you. So there is a solution. Things are definitely dismal as far as what's planned for us, but there's a way out. If we unify, but we got to truly unify. We have to truly start making decisions that support our communities. We can't think that there's a government grant that's going to come and just free us all. We have to get to hustling, working together, and changing the tone.
Now, what we have to begin to understand with that, y'all, and I like that, that Diddy said that. Let me deal with, with it being Diddy saying that. Oh, then why doesn't he? We have already talked about that. He's not allowed. Oprah's not allowed. Nobody's allowed to do that. They are not allowed to pull everyone and all of them together, including rappers and actors and actresses that are of color, has enough to fix this situation. But it is made to make sure that there's a separation with finances, and what you're allowed to do with the finances is I, as the government, have allowed you, black person, money to enjoy. Rick Ross, come on. Master P, come on, y'all. So I like that what he said, and he's right. And when he say the almighty black dollar, guess who he's talking about? Us. They're not talking about businesses like, what he has going on, or Rick Ross, or Oprah or anything. He's talking about what we make it. Because they're making money off of us, y'all. They're not getting nothing from them because of, the revenue that they bring in. Remember, you make a certain amount of money, you don't pay taxes. Come on now. I played that because he said in there's a solution. Everybody said, what's the solution? And the one thing that hit me when he was saying that is you can't start throwing up numbers in a convention like that, because everybody doesn't know what they start talking about, and that's when everybody gets discouraged. We have to start from the bottom up. You hear what I'm saying? We got to start from the bottom up. Everybody's not going to understand financially what you're trying to do. Now, I'm going to get to two other things before we get to what we were talking about right here. But I want that to marinate in there, y'all, because they can do that. People with money, they can give you the motivation. They can give you the information. They can say to you, which is pretty good. But they just can't financially put out because the government doesn't allow that. Because guess what? Where you are right now, they're listening to me, whether you're struggling or whether you're going paycheck to paycheck or you barely eating, that's exactly what they want. But he said there's a way out. That's what we continuously talking about. This can turn around. This can change. But guess what? We always talk about what, y'all? We don't get along. We don't bother with each other. We like doing our own separate thing over on the side and still struggle and just wait to die. Let's get to politics and religion, and we will move and end with what I've just started talking about. Politics and religion. It's something about that guy. What was his name? Warnock. It's just the thing about that guy. I mean, he always sounds like Obama. So, he's going to, I'm pretty sure, he preaches some pretty good sermons and he gets the people going and, all this other stuff. But at the same time, not doing anything. Politics and religion. This man has a church, and I'm pretty sure that a lot of the people that have been with him for so long, and I'm pretty sure now because of, his status or whatever, or how popular he is, I'm pretty sure the church is packed. I'm pretty sure there's money, but how many people are eating there? How many people have been given an opportunity to invest and get more money from that church? Now, you may be saying, well, so you don't know. You don't know, Kurt. You just coming through and, saying all of this. There's statistics for everything, y'all. There's statistics for everything. And then, first of all, it's a black church, so nobody's really paying attention. But the black church, like you've heard me say and Dr. Umar many times, the black church contributes a lot of money to the big pot that the government gets from churches. Like I said before, 501c3. Churches have that tax exempt status. Remember that. They have a tax exempt status. So what that does is when you pay your tithes or your offerings or you give donation or whatever the case may be with your, when you put it in an envelope and they keep track of it, do you know you get that money back at the end of the year? Yeah. But it's a tax exempt status. So with that tax exempt status comes government laws. And with those government laws, what you got to understand is there's certain things that you can't say out of that Bible that the Republicans live by. The worst Christians in the world today, I say all of them really, whether they're Democrat, because Biden's a Catholic, man, that's the worst. But please get understanding of what I'm telling you here. There is a lot that can be done even from his church, but I'm pretty sure they're still driving in the hoopty and, in Georgia and, they still listening to them and jumping up and down and shouting and running and having a good old time and then going back and the electric bill is still due. Oh, well, Kirk, I go to this small little church and everybody puts into the pot. If you don't put into the pot, they close you. I need y'all to begin to go behind the scenes and find out what's going on behind the scenes, because a good majority of the time we are stuck with our love for God and Jesus, and we never know what's going on behind the scenes, or why leadership is acting this way, or why the pastor is saying this or saying that, because they are like the Men in Black. They said in the movie when Will Smith was going off, and he said, "We got to tell them what such and such is getting ready to happen," and the man said, "What? There's always an alien invasion. There's always a threat. There's always, but they don't know." So the church does the same thing with you, brother and sister. There's things that you don't know. There's things that you don't understand. And then they say they give you transparency at the church meeting, but they don't. If they gave you true transparency, you wouldn't even be dealing with them. But that's why, like they'll tell you, going to church doesn't get you to heaven or hell. Going to church does not predicate on you going to heaven or hell or have anything to do with God. I said this before, y'all, but when Jesus died, he died for us to have a personal relationship. The pastor's job is to do what? Teach us to get, a personal relationship with God. Does that take the rest of your life? Does that take the rest of your life? For you to start as a child, a lot of times in the Black community in church, as a child, and then now you 50 and 60 years old and you still need the pastor? That's not in the scriptures, y'all. It's just not. But here we are. Paul said, forsake not the gathering, if some oft do. That was not a commandment. That was a suggestion. And remember, if you went to Sunday school and you went to, got taught the Bible, they told you what Paul said when it was a commandment. And he did not say that before he said, forsake not the gathering. Politics and religion, y'all. Politics has slid in so good now because remember, y'all, from the 80s, there was a separation from church and state. Or so we thought. Because I didn't know until, and this was in the 80s, I didn't know about 501c3. 501c3 has been around a very, 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 I have about 50 trillion more varies. How long the 501c3 tax exempt situation has been going on. As I gave y'all, I give you history before. Caesar started 501c3. That's why we have Roman Catholic. Now, you need to understand, y'all, that politics has come in. We don't even see it no more. We don't even see it no more. And if we do, we just say, well, Sister Pastor said. That's why congressmen and mayors and aldermen get a Sunday to speak to you so they can tell you the lies. But I came there to hear the word of God. But instead, sometimes you just need to know what's going on in your community. They should always know what's going on in their community. But a good majority of the time, you're 501c3. You're not allowed to speak like that. Take notes. A 501c3 church can't do that. There's certain things they can't. If you think I'm telling you stories, y'all, please look this up. Politics has invaded, and now it has nothing to do with God, y'all. This is all politics. If you do a census right now of how many pastors are in government, astounding. Isn't that a conflict of interest? a conflict of interest because I'm a liar. Because politicians are the worst people in the world. That is the bottom of the barrel. They will sell your mother to get it. You've seen it when I told you super stupid. They have sold. You can't say 1 + 1 is 2. That's how super stupid it is now. Listen to when somebody gives a Republican facts, or a Democrat for that matter. Now you give them facts, they'll argue with you. There's no way, no way. Or a racist Republican, and you give them a fact. They will deny and they will fight and never say, well, you know what, you got a point. They will not, and they cannot, and they shall not. We need to stop mixing religion with politics. Because for the people that love God, pure, but for the leadership, you're messing with politics. You're messing with politics and have these people that you are indoctrinating to believe in then, like me, 1980 to 2014. I had to ask God, God help me. I don't understand this. Something's not right. It's not lining up. And no, it wasn't because, I should have all this money now and everything should be, my life should be better. No. Because remember what I told y'all, we celebrate in the increments with the little itty bitty movement every 5 to 10 years. And we are jumping, running, shout, say, oh, but not understanding the God that we believe in wouldn't do that. How we say the same God that parted the Red Sea is going to make me spend my whole life making a billionaires more money, and I end out with the least in life? Indoctrination is everywhere. And I told you, in every area of our lives, y'all, because we don't question. We just go with it. We apply it and say, this is what it is. We have to fight. I'm disrespectful on every level. On my job, I let them know. I don't trust from my boss up. And I don't trust any two that he have under him that are, in leadership. The reason I can't trust them, why? Because of politics. Politics is not made for the black man to succeed or the poor white man to succeed. And those are the two classes that they are making all of this money on. And also the Asians that are working, that don't have all the money, and the Latinos or any other race that's here, Italian, whoever, however, French, it doesn't matter. Everyone that clocks in and clocks out, they getting tax money off of. We are streams of income. We have to stop going with politics and religion. And they can tell you all day long and open that Bible and make you go to about 25 pages and keep you there for 3 to 4 hours. Guess what? Same outcome. My life doesn't get better. Nothing gets better. Oh, sure, this may happen this time and that time. I remember my wife said to me one time, she said, Dwight, you should be grateful. You should be grateful. God gave you your job. And I said, okay, let's put this to the test. What do you think is going to happen if I quit my job? God's not going to give me another job. I have to go out and get another job. Not trying to lose you. Not trying to lose you. If I don't do it, you understand what I'm saying? If I don't go, see, when you go, you'll get the favor of God. And now, see, that's what I'm talking about. Now, I'm going to get the favor of God so I can make this billionaire more billions. And then the people that are under the billionaires are going to use me for their good to, underpay me, overwork me, and then just keep using me until either I get cancer or die. Because the majority of the jobs that we're working, that's the end result as it is. Unless you're in nursing or something else. But I'm working with, fly ash and cement and sand and all this other stuff. And the majority of the time, that's usually how you end out. Unless you take care of yourself and, do things that you're supposed to do to keep them toxins and all that stuff from building up in your body. We do not understand, y'all. We do not go through the whole process. We just stop with Jesus and then that's it. That's not the way it was supposed to be. Somebody said to me, they said that, that was my man, DeAndre. He said, Jesus taught life. The church doesn't teach life. They're just teaching you the scriptures. Well, see, that's the problem. That was then. This is now. And y'all have heard me say a million times, y'all, this great big unexplained earth, and you're telling me in that one book is the answer to all? No. How did we get this Bible? Through slavery. And through slavery, what happened? We're still here. This country makes, how did he say, 1.8 trillion off of us? And then they're telling you that we're in debt or deficit. Let's stop with this politics and religion. If you want to praise God, praise God. You want a relationship with God, have it with him. But stop thinking that the church is your gateway to heaven. Stop thinking that that's the only way, the only place that you can give God some time. That's crazy. So young people, please play this for the young people. I need the young people to hear this part. Young people. They lied to us. They lied to us when we went to school. They lied to us what school was for. They lied to us. And for a lot of you that have graduated, you've been lied to, and you need to hear the truth. Rothschilds, who's over every education in this country, has stated way back that he needed workers. He wanted all of us to go to school to be workers. Not independent thinkers, not to be successful, not to put our money together to make our lives better, but to make sure that whatever the 15 families or whoever is running all of this is successful. That's what they sent us to school for. That's why they got rid of abortions, because they need workers. If you don't change anything, young people, if you don't change anything, and if you just sit on the sidelines and complain, the way you're complaining about my generation, I'm 53 now, is the same way they're going to complain about you. Nothing's going to change. If you don't change what's happening now, if you don't start getting together and putting your finances together, guess what's going to happen, y'all? Y'all going to end up just like the generations before you. You're just going to go to work, and you're seeing that now. Now, everyone's broke because, inflation and, so I blame everything on inflation. I would never tell somebody, oh, you need to better do with your money. Shut up. And let me add a little something to shut the hell up. You have no business when the government has, and still going to keep going up on inflation and making it harder. And somebody's still going to say to you, you need to manage your money better. Shut up. How you going to manage your money better? Like they say, when inflation go up, my money don't go up. My money stays the same. But it's still, when we hear it and somebody says it to us, we internalize it. And then next thing you know, here we go. We need depression. We have depression. We need to take these pills that the government gave us that kill us, so that we can get to some other medication to fight that medication. And now we on so many pills. Why? Because of their plan. Young people, you have to change what's going on right now. And the only way you change that is y'all going to have to stop all this fighting in school. Y'all going to have to stop all this dumb stuff, all this street knowledge. Y'all have to get to the point to where you're saying, man, I want to be successful. I want better for me. And remember what I said, everybody can't go, but I'm not going to sit there and suffer because everybody doesn't want to go. You don't want to go? Move over, bruh. Move over, sis. Stay over there. Stay where you at. Everybody that comes with you don't mean they're going to stay with you. I heard a thing, short, Fat Joe was talking about, he said he had 50 guys, 50 people. He had an FC squad, an entourage, the whole, everything, you know what I'm saying? And he was paying them, taking care of them, making sure they were straight, good. Because we talking about Joey Crack, we're not talking about Fat Joe, so we might have been some more involved. See, 50 people. And then he said one day he just had to stop and say, man, and he said none of them had money. He had to foot the bill. He get them over to where they were vacationing and everything like that. And, could nobody go out and do their own thing? Everything was on him. So I was like, wait a minute, something wrong. You know what I'm saying? So he said, he said straight up, he told them all, he got all 50. He said, hey, I don't have it. There's too much. And he said out of the 50 people, he got 6 people that been with him since that time. Everybody can't go. Young people, everybody can't go. But you got to find out who's with you and who's for you, because guess what? You're not going to do this by yourself. None of the people that you see that have money now did it by themselves. And I'm talking from Oprah to Jay-Z. None of them did it by themselves. It takes a squad. It takes a crew. It takes somebody behind the scenes. It takes the people that truly ride for you. You always hear somebody say, oh, they're such the mind. They have such the mind. You have a team. You need a team. Okay? Let me help you young people out with that right now. You need a team. If you don't have a team, you are not going to do this by yourself. You're just not. So stop thinking that you're going to get out and you're going to make, you're going to get out of school and college and you're going to get this six-figure job. The woman just said, and she was Caucasian, and she said her and her husband together 6 figures, and they're not making it. She needs extra time. If her overtime stops with this COVID thing, and she's going to be all right, this COVID thing jumping back up, she said her and her husband 6 figures together struggling. It's going to make you come together. If you don't come together, you're going to crumble. Like I said, since elementary school, I've always had a hater. No matter where I go, no matter what grade I was in, no matter what job I've had, no matter what church I went to, I have had a hater. Every single time, my whole entire life. And I'm 53 now. And I don't even pay him no attention. I'm just like, man, because the majority of the time, like we said, the hater has more than you and better off than you are. But for some reason, can't stop. But just know I hate them so much. I'll be glad when they die. And you ain't done nothing to them. Young people, you got to change something. For my man DeAndre Long and my man Ty Davis, I thank y'all for your recommendations. I thank you. I'm appreciative. That's what I mean when I say to everyone, we need to talk more and we need to change this thing up, y'all. We need to change this thing up. I don't have all the answers. I'm just one man. And I'm in the South. So this drive is my drive. There's nobody that I'm dealing with that this is important to. You understand? It's not important to them because, like I said, we're in the South. They've settled. Not me. Not going to do it. There's nobody that knows me that, I'm employed with, or that, my employer that I work with knows I'm anti. I don't trust you. I don't like what you're doing. And just because they chose you to do it doesn't mean that I'm supposed to be all in and yay. Hey, whatever decision they make, let's roll with it. But you not knowing what you're doing or you failing, that's on you. Young people, change something. Change something. Now we're going to end here. Every meeting from now on needs to have a plan ready to take action. Every meeting from now on needs to have a plan ready to take action. And I'm not talking about a Board of Education meeting. I'm not talking about a city-town meeting. I'm talking about us changing our situation. Now, these are the different things that have come up into my mind. And in my mind, I am a firm believer that there's nobody coming to save us. I believe it, and it's true. So what do we do? What do you hear me say before, y'all? I need about 20, I said 10 to 15, I need about 20 to 30 Kirks right about now. And we need to put these finances together. But when we get together, there needs to be a financial planner. There needs to be somebody to explain this thing, because guess what? We can't do it right now. We have to do it in time. So the planning and everything needs to start now, because guess what? Financially, you have to get there. When you hear me say how much money we're making and how much it is when we get together, guess what? There's things that go along with that. Remember, y'all, nobody's coming to save it. We're sitting here complaining. We're doing videos, but who is sitting here saying, okay, I have a plan drawn out? Nobody. When you heard me say about September 1st, do you know for somebody to be able to do that, they need to plan a year ahead? If you're going to say, okay, we need to take, you know what? Yeah, let's do that. But guess what? We're going to need to keep it low, and we're going to need to do the best we can to put so much to the side. How many people are in? Because guess what? When they find out they're coming, and they're either going to start firing people are really going to be homeless, and you got a lot of homeless now. There needs to be a plan. And that kind of stuff, I'm not talking about that. I'm just using it as an example. We don't need to be sitting up, talking about, I'm going to ruin their money and do they owe us? Yes. I would never say, because if it was their ancestors, you'd be in court right now. Talking about, you to give me my money. And they know how much, and you ain't never talked to them, and they got your financial records of what you made from 400 years ago and every damn thing else. But let us. I'm not focused on reparations or anything like that. Would it be nice? Is it right? You damn right it's nice. You damn right it's right. I see now all of these companies making all of this money off of that. And also, I don't know if we talked about it, we talk about it again. Why the Catholic Church is the most powerful entity. They were all in the transatlantic slave trade. Come on, y'all. We're talking about overseas. We're talking about the Queen. I don't know nothing about the King. I ain't seen him do nothing. So, I ain't studying Charles. We not understanding, y'all. We're not understanding. The only way this thing is going to change if we get together. If we're not going to get together, let's get on there and say, you know what? We're not going to get together. We move on. For the ones that don't want to do it, don't do it. Go ahead. You know everything. Solve it. I have this smart thing I say to know-it-alls. And, you start saying something and they have an answer, or they're younger than you and they're talking, they're saying stuff with you or what they know, and, not paying you any attention. I quickly stop and say, whoa, you know everything already. I'm sorry, sir. I didn't mean to take up your time. Please go solve world hunger and solve these world's problems. Because definitely you know more than me. And I get quiet and I don't say anything else that's, giving this wisdom to them. Why? They don't need it. They already have it under control. Everybody can't go. One thing about me, I'm willing to learn. I don't know everything. You say something, if I have some doubts, I'm going to investigate and be like, I don't know. You better keep an eye on that. You might be right. It might happen. I don't know. You're always supposed to be open, to suggestions. But, we have to stop having these meetings like, Diddy said, and then there's no proof. There's nothing. They go to your community. Somebody needs to start something somewhere. And you're right. And Umar said it. If one neighborhood starts putting your money together and, start changing things, your vehicle changes, your homes, become improved, you good to go. Guess what happens? Then everybody believes and knows. But until somebody does it, because right now, I think the only thing I've seen, so it was Hereafter Farms, they're doing pretty good in their building and they're expanding. And the other people in Georgia, they're still getting their finances together. They still own the land, but, more people have to come, purchase and do things, for them to move forward, to be able to have their own land. Do you understand what I'm saying when I say this takes time? But we can't just keep waiting, and then 10 to 15 years from now, it's now time to move. That needs to start today, not 15 years from now. We have to change what's going on here, y'all. And one of our main problems in here, as I said last week, is the black church has a lot of us messed up mentally. And it started way before the mess we're going through right now. So I'm not even blaming nothing on this hip hop. I'm not blaming nothing on these young women. No. It started before, and of course it's going to get worse. It's not going to get better. Yeah, we're going to keep fighting, each other, because that's what we've been taught to do. We've been taught to fight each other and not invest in each other. We've been taught that, like I said, if I've had a hater, hey, we can get somebody in the room right now. People going to fall off just because they don't like me. And I don't even do nothing to nobody. I'm not trying to gain off of you, and I'm definitely not a North Carolinian. And the majority of the time, North Carolinians are pretty fickle. They they'll be down with you 1 minute, then next minute, nope, sorry, I can't help you. And you'll be drowning. I think we've messed around long enough. Go ahead and drown and die. Tired of wasting my time. And that's not just North Carolinians. They're just people that are just like that. But for right now, from my 1999 to 2023, that's what I've been dealing with. I've seen people, you'll be rolling, man. Next thing you know, they just drop off. I don't have to do that. It doesn't really matter. So what, man? Those are the ones that can't go. Everybody, I want to thank you for joining me. I'm going to need to work on making these shorter so I can keep your attention span. And I need to start doing some more lives. So everybody, I just want to, these are the things that hits me when I'm sometimes sleeping, woke up, and then these are the things that gets me when, because my mind is always, life can be better than this. We could be doing more than this. We can change our lives, but the white Kurt can't do it by itself. I can't do it with my finances alone. So yeah, I'm definitely asking for some help, and I'm not talking about no help financially. I'm talking about us growing and moving together. Please share this, y'all. Please share this. And I'm always open for, comments, suggestions, and things like that. What topics, everything. This isn't just me. What did I tell y'all? I said my main goal is to do what? To have y'all look at it differently. Because we've been looking at it the same way from back in the day to right now. And just with these little increments of improvement or whatever the case may be, we're thinking, oh, well, this is better. Okay, that's better. No. Nothing's going to be better until we put all of this money together and start living the lives that God meant for us to live. Everybody, God bless you. Thank you for joining me. And y'all stay, as you say, prayed up. And God bless you.
Why should I feel discouraged? Why should the shadows come? Why should my heart feel lonely and long for heaven and home? When Jesus is my portion, a constant friend is He. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know He watches over me. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know He watches me. I sing because I'm happy. I sing because I'm free. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know He watches me. He watches me. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know He watches